Hey, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy EB23, aka Easy Breezy. I'm back again with some brand new college football 26 info. Today we got the Dynasty deep dive trailer. It was everything that I hoped for. Everything, the new things that they're implementing into college football 26 from 2025. But today I want to go over my personal favorite. I want to go over the Team Builder information. We got some new things coming to Teambuilder, and I want to get into that right away. They implemented everything in the campus huddle, 76 pages, whole bunch of things to go over. But let's get right into it. Okay, first things first. When you're with your team builder teams that you created in college football 25, you will be able to import it into college football 2026. You will be able to do that. All you would have to do is to press the import button. It's going to be in the top right corner of the new Team Builder 2026. It will open a drop down asking you the title for which you would like to import from. You will select it. It will see the teams that you created, and you will be able to select those teams that you created in 2025 and which teams that you want to be imported into 2026. And they'll go through all the things. They'll flag it for any details that couldn't carry over from last year's game, and it will give you a chance to make adjustments before you republish it. And it says here in the blog that you make sure that you take a few moments to fill out the new Team Builder features we've added this year. If you do not make any changes, your team will receive the default values for those features. So make sure that you do that. Make sure that you fill out those moments. Make sure that you fill out the new Team Builder features that they've added into this year once you import it. Because if not, like it says, we'll resort to the default settings. Then when you see them in college football 26, it's gonna look a little wonky. So make sure that you do your due diligence. Take a few moments to fill out those few features. Now let's go into the new features that's been implemented into Team Builder this year. Okay, with the new features that's implemented in 2025, we were only limited to 10 custom images per team. Now in college football 26, we will be able to upload a limit of 5 MB per team. That means that you can upload as many custom images and textures as you want until you hit that mark. Until you hit that 5 MB limit, you will be able to increase your creative power. So that's the limit that we have. Last year we only had the ability of having 10 custom images per team. Now we will have 5 MB per team. So we will have a limited amount of custom images until we hit that mark. The other new features that I've added is the defining your program. And this year we will be able to do more things with the Team Builder programs that we create. It says here in the blog that in Dynasty, all teams have a set of my school grades that define who they are as a program. Are they great at academics? Are they a traditional powerhouse? Within the program tab, you will now be able to choose you will be able to choose starting grades by selecting from a list of unique templates, each representing a different school identity. Whether you're a powerhouse, a pro factor, or a cupcake trying to establish yourself, there's a foundation that fits your vision. Once you pick a template, you'll see your projected team prestige and my school grades. Some of these grades will show up as exact values while others appear as ranges. And that's by design. Several elements of your team setup can influence how these grades shake out. And it says here I'm just reading from the blog, and it says here, for example, your stadium atmosphere grade will adjust based on the size of the stadium you select, and your championship contender grade depends on which team you replace in Dynasty mode. Since you'll inherit their preseason ranking, other attributes like coaching stability, coach prestige, and conference prestige won't come from your template at all. Instead, they'll reflect your coach setup when you start your dynasty and where you choose to place your team in custom conferences. This year we will have more control over our roster editing. We will be able to edit the roster of the first to last name, the previous red shirt, i.e., has the player already used their red shirt year, their high school star rating, the deal breaker that they've implemented into the dynasty mode. And it says here in the blog, as we talked about in our dynasty discussion, all players now have dynamic deal breakers. So the deal breaker threshold will be determined. Will you import the team into dynasty mode based on the player's final overall? But the huge plus for me is that we are able to edit the rosters of our team builder teams, because in 2025 we weren't able to do any of that until we got into the dynasty mode and online mode. After a few more patches, we were able to change the names, we were able to edit the rosters, the ratings, we were able to change the numbers. Now we will be able to do all of that into Team Builder before we upload them into the game, which I think that's a huge plus. That is a huge plus for me. As far as the skill ratings and the abilities, we will be able to customize all of that within the success here in the blog. Within the skill ratings, the ability tabs, you will be able to have more control how good or bad each player is. This year we have added the following editing capabilities. We can edit the player archetype. We can edit the development trait. We can edit the player potential. We can edit the physical abilities. We can edit the mental abilities as well. We can go from bronze to platinum, which is they've showed up and showed out for Team Builder this year. I've read this. I went through this blog, the Team Builder blog. I went over it from top to bottom. I agree with maybe 95% of what they've added to this year. There are some things that they have yet to add, but I can see that they're building on the foundation that they promised us when they brought us 2025. I can see the vision. And I will probably have a separate video on what they could possibly add, or what I will want added to Team Builder.
Rewind, come again.
Another item that we can edit in Team Builder is the generic stadiums. It says here in the blog that we've added 3 generic stadiums and the high school stadium to give you more flexibility when creating or customizing your team. All generic stadiums are small to medium size and do not feature any team branding. Then I saw on Twitter from Bordeaux, he went into details about the Team Builder because they didn't do it in the blog. As far as the stadiums, you got 3 generic stadiums and a high school stadium. One of those generic stadiums, the average attendance, the average size of the stadium is about 66,000. So that's doable. But it has none of the team branding. So I think that's a good deal. That's a good thing. That'll be good. As far as how you can edit the generic stadiums, can you put your own team builder branding on there? Not really sure. The blog doesn't really go into detail, but we will probably find out over the next coming weeks, especially at launch, what we will be able to do with those generic teams. You can also edit the pipelines. It says here in the blog that pipelines are a powerful part of the dynasty recruiting experience. Having a stronghold in a particular part of the country can completely change your recruiting dynamic. In College Football 26, you now have full control over which pipelines your Team Builder team has. Within the Program tab, you can fully customize your pipelines, including where your team has recruiting influence and how strong that influence is. Each pipeline is assigned as a tier from 1 to 5, with Tier 5 representing your strongest recruiting presence and Tier 1 being the weakest. You can configure this on a pipeline-by-pipeline basis, giving you more flexibility to shape your recruiting footprint based on your school's history or your own strategic priorities. And another thing, which I think this is probably the biggest thing that I wanted in Team Builder from last year. Rivalries, people. Rivalries. Our Team Builder teams can have rivalries. We can customize our Team Builder teams to have rivalries. In the blog it says rivalries are a core piece of college football, and now you have complete control over your Team Builder rivalries. Within the program tab, you can now create up to 5 rivalries for your Team Builder team. For each rivalry, fill out the historical information: the rivalry team, the rivalry name, the first year it was played, all-time series record, who won the last matchup, and the score of the last game. This information will carry with you into Dynasty mode. If you want to set up a Team Builder rivalry, simply set that team's rival to an existing team and then replace them with your Team Builder school. So basically, all you need to do, if you want a Team Builder versus Team Builder rivalry, all you got to do is set that up in Team Builder and set the team's rival to an existing team. Like with my Team Builder teams, I put them in the SEC. One of my Team Builder teams, I take out Kentucky, I take out Vanderbilt. If I'm taking over, if my Team Builder team is replacing Vanderbilt, and I want a rivalry team in there, the team that I take out to replace Kentucky, that's who you need to take out in Team Builder. It's not gonna work either way. So whatever you need to make sure the team that you try to replace on the Team Builder site, make sure that you take that team out of the Dynasty mode before you get started with it, or it won't work. Well, that's all I have. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that it says here in the blog that last year was about laying the foundation. We launched Team Builder as a beta, and now we are removing that tag. Our team has been hard at work polishing and improving the overall site performance. Team Builder now has a complete new look, and the site is 2 times faster. Overall render performance is greatly improved, so Team Builder would now work on a wider array of devices and lower end machines. But that's pretty much all I have. All the new features that's going to be implemented into Team Builder 2026. Like I said, I'm thoroughly impressed by today's Dynasty deep dive. As far as the trailer that they gave us, and as far as the I'm impressed. I am thoroughly impressed from everything that they've gave us. Like I said, I'm about 95% impressed with everything that they're going to be implementing with us through Team Builder. The 5% are some of the things that we don't have yet, or we don't know what exactly is going to be in Team Builder as far as when we get to the site, when we start doing everything. But I will do a separate video of what I want in Team Builder, what new things that I want in Team Builder, what new things they can probably implement maybe this year, or they can say before 2027. But that's all I have for you guys today. Just leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you're new. I'm your boy AB23, aka Easy Breezy 23, bringing you college football 26 content. Peace out, y'all. Love and peace.